everyone, and welcome to my first devlog. This is a start of a game that I've been making by myself, and I thought I'd share off some of the stuff here in case you guys want to learn how to do the stuff for yourself, or if not, maybe interested in just keeping up with the development of my game, whatever it will end up being in the end. Some small things: 8 directional movement, running and walking. In the top left, you see I have a stamina system that regens as I move around. Of course, I can sprint, and when I hit 0, it stops sprinting, all the normal stuff. There's also a directional crouch, and as well as running crouch. Over here, you see a bunch of items. So I do have an inventory system. So if I just press I, you can see I have an inventory. And we'll go over it all in a moment. It is not the final design or anything. You can also have my character here, as well as my stats. I have some stat points. At level 1, I automatically get 5 stat points. So if I put points into any of these, I would get different bonuses. So for example, I have 110 health and 110 stamina. And if I put points into vitality, and I put points into dex, and maybe another point of vitality, you'll see I have now 140 vitality and 130 in stamina. And not only that, but if you're real observant, you might notice it has also increased the speed at which it regenerates both of those stats. So they go off of the stats of my character. And of course, once I have no more points, that decrease goes away. And the rotation, as you see here, stays. So wherever it has you like your character to be. So if you like looking at it from the side, you can just leave it there. So, but here are the items. So I can just pick up a bunch of items, and here they are. So I have 3 tabs. So I have the weapons tabs, the armor tabs, the potions tabs. At the current moment, obviously I'll have more probably down the line. So if I can hover over them, it hovers over the slot it is in, as you see right here. So if I hover over it, it shows you what it is. And if I hover over here, it shows what it is. And on the bottom center there, right here, you could see the stats of them. So I have the 4 stats I have here on items. So strength, dex, int, and vitality. And they can all get a random chance of getting anywhere from 0 to 4 stats. And I have set it up where I can configure what the chances of each type. And you can see right here, there's like a rarity color right now. So gray means nothing, green is 1, blue is 2, yellow is 3, and orange is 4. For the time being, good enough for rarity. Just want to make sure. I also am able to equip the stuff. I can drag it on. And you can see it automatically gets updated on my character. Drag it off. I can also right click and equip. Unequip. I can also control click. So I can just control click things. And some weapons are 2-handed. So this is a one-handed and a one-handed. But if I equip a 2-handed, of course it swaps. And one thing you might notice is if I equip, for example, this guy has a lot of stats. That should be updating in real time. I need to adjust that. That is something I recently fixed, but the stats do get updated. So if I take this off, it doesn't, I just close and reopen it. There you go. So that's a bug that I still need to quickly change. But if I just equip a bunch of stuff, there you go. So now I have things in different slots, and you can see my stats have changed. And that means in the top left, you can see I now have far more health, far more stamina. So that allows me to have that. And I can also equip potions. And the bottom left, you see I have 9 potions available. And if I press 1, I can use them and they increase my health. And once it's max, it doesn't let me do it anymore. On the topic of inventory, chest inventory. So I have a chest system. One thing you might notice is I open it to the Consumables tab because it keeps the one I have last used. So you don't need to worry about, oh, I'm only worrying about armor right now. I have to keep pressing the armor tab. Now it keeps whatever tab you had open. So if I have a tab and I go open the chest, it doesn't matter. It's always there. And then I can click and drag things out, drag things in. It asks how many you want to store. And I don't have to drag it all the way there. I can drag here. Most likely, 90% chance of this UI changing over time. Kind of want to have this next to this. So probably this whole section maybe will go on the right. This whole section will go in the middle or on the left, etc. But very early on, this is just how it is. There's also the trader or the merchant. So I'm able to buy things from him, and these are random items. So I have 500 gold. So if I buy, for example, a helmet, let's go here. I just bought a helmet. It was a random helmet. I buy another one. This one, you see, they're random helmets. The one that you see underneath where it says head is the item level of it. I am currently level 1 in this version. So it is only giving me level 1 items. And we'll get to that in a moment. And I can also sell things back. So I can sell things to him. I can control click to sell in bulk, control click to buy. Selling and buying is costs the same. So I can sell things to him. But if I sell over the limit, which in my case I believe is 5, I sell one more. Is it 6? I've changed this. 7. There you go. I need to adjust this for the new UI still. It's good enough for me. But now if I sell the sword, this helmet is going to go away and it'll be all the way on the right. So the helmet's gone away and there's the sword. So it has, I just need to adjust the limit, and then it will always have the however many slots I want it to be. And then I can buy things back, and there we go. So other than that, other than inventory, I have, of course, movement with a weapon, and I can equip and unequip while moving. I can also dodge roll. It does have iframes, so it automatically also makes sure I don't take damage. There's also tab target, so I can press tab, and it will have a different main target that I can just circle around. And you can see if I get another enemy in between us, I can swap. Of course, if I go all the way here and press tab, it will select this one, and now I'm circling this one. If I get far enough, I can deselect it. Or if I actually kill them, it will automatically deselect. There's also a hotkey to deselect even when you're in range. It's currently unbound in my case, but effectively I now have the option to tab target if I like tab targeting, or maintain the regular method of selection. I also have a system for vaulting over things. Currently have the basic one implemented, and of course if it is too tall, can't do it. But if I jump, if it's just the right height with a jump, you can sometimes get over some things. Some other ones are a little too tall, even with jumps. Onto the enemies. So these guys are outside of my navigation, which is why they're sitting still. This guy, though, is currently on a patrol. So he's a patrol path all the way around, which is why you might have noticed he came into that area. And if I go into here, he will hear me, and then he'll try chasing me. And then when he gets to me, he'll try attacking me. And eventually he'll get to me. So I can, of course, hit him, and he will do damage. And sometimes he'll get stunned and play the animation. And if I get behind him, I can do a takedown, and then he dies. As you see, I gain some experience. He ragdolls and dissolves away. So if I take out the rest of these, if I take out a few more, I've now hit level 2. So I gained a little bit of stamina, a little bit of health, and I've gained more stat points. So now I can distribute these even more. So I can put things into strength, for example. This does more damage with the weapons. You can see there's a little health bar that appears. And if I end the simulation and then start back, you see I still have my health, my stamina, exactly where it was, my experience, my stats are there. I believe the inventory can be kept as well, but that is just a setting I have, whether or not what is being kept between saves. But if I come here and kill these guys to get to level 3. I pick up some items now that I'm a higher level. There you go, level 2, 2, 3, and you see the strength, intelligence, vitality is getting higher. They have a bigger range. The other thing I have is actually sorting. So I have sorting by time. So if I, here you can see it reverses it. Doesn't help that I have the exact same thing in the first and last slot. But if I do this, you can see time picked up. And then I have type. So helms, boots, chest plates all get sorted. And of course you can reverse it. Sort by amount. So if you have more or less of a stack, this is another thing. These two have stacked because they're both the exact same item with the exact same stats. And because they're white, they have stacked. Not sure how I'm going to keep this. I kind of like it this way, but at the same time, I don't know. We'll see. And then I can sort by rarity as well. So I can sort it by, basically, unique, legendary, magical, common, etc. And in both directions. And this, by the way, so if I did by rarity, stays. So if I go in here and I pick up a bunch more items, there you go. It's still in the same rarity order. So it doesn't matter. If you don't like changing rarities, tabs all the time, that's fine. I've designed it now where it maintains the sorting and the tab you were using before. In case later down the line, I implement some kind of farming or something in the game where you want to sort by a certain way, or maybe you just like always sorting by something. You can just set it to be that way and it'll stick. And of course, as I mentioned before, in my testing, I have turned on setting that I can just turn on reset saves. So now if I open it, you see I'm back to level 1, back to the same default settings, all clean, all ones. So this allows me to test all my stats, all my saves, and be able to test just the default, how it is starting clean. Another thing I have there in my inventory actually is a search option I have implemented because I felt like it would be good to have one. So for example, right now I have a bunch of different items, right? And like I want to search for something specific. So maybe you want to search for a greatsword. So great, I've got my greatswords. Right? It's the only thing that shows up. So maybe greatsword and shields. So it's currently searching for anything that has the word great, anything with the words SH in it, so which is why you're seeing great swords and shields, nothing else. So if I now I get the chest plates. Or maybe you want to do search by a stat. So maybe you want strength. So now these, as you see down in the center, have strength stats. All of these will have strength. Nothing in potions, of course. But I want to go deeper. So I'm also able to search for specific things. So for example, I want a great sword that has vitality. You just put an exclamation mark somewhere. So it doesn't matter where it is. It could be even in the middle of the word. It could be the beginning of the word, of the string. So this searches for different strings. So this one has nothing. This one has everything. This one has everything except vitality. So if I search for strength, it removed the white one. If I search for Dex, still has the same one, but as soon as I put in vitality, it only shows me this one. It is the only great sword with strength, Dex, and vitality. Again, I can just remove the exclamation mark to have these as individual searches, or put the exclamation mark absolutely anywhere to have it search for a more specific string. Yeah, that is kind of the current setup. As you see, I have a turn in place system. That is from a plugin I got. And yeah, if there's anything at all that you guys are interested in seeing how it is made or how I did it, please do not hesitate to ask. Again, I can just equip things and you can see it automatically gets updated. I can just rotate here. One thing I don't know how to fix is here. You see, I am paused. So the game is it's actually paused effectively. And I'm able to rotate it by mid-animation. I would like to keep it always in idle animation here. I haven't figured out how to do that yet. So if any of you guys possibly know how to do that, let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, I hope you guys enjoyed this little demo. Let me know if you're interested in learning any of the stuff I have done here, and I will be glad to make some tutorials for you guys. Thanks again, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Bye.